going on, everybody? Welcome to your daily astrology horoscope for Tuesday, November 15th, 2022. Astrologer Brian Scarborough here, Fixed Air Moon, keeping the collective fixed on astrology. Truly appreciate you all. Hope that your week is off to a great start. Happy Tuesday. Let's look at this final day of Venus in Scorpio, because that's exactly what it is. Venus here is at the edge of Scorpio, detriment. Hasn't been super stoked there, but I think it's definitely brought up a lot and taught us a lot of things about our values, what we need to let go of, what we need to hold on to, what we really want to commit to, what we're passionate about, what we're building, a lot of these different things. So it's definitely been a whirlwind, but as it's the dispositor of the North Node, it's a big deal, and at 10:10 on the Pacific tonight, it will ingress into Sagittarius. So this cusp right here between Scorpio and Sag, it's not really the 10th, that's just the chart of this moment that I have the chart up. But remember, it is really the 8th, 9th house cusp. If you think about it from a whole sign perspective, and the signs here is really a rising up, like the Phoenix moment. It's kind of rising up from the ashes. Everything kind of gets destroyed and burned out, and then we get excited to go on the journey again. So it's definitely time to let things go that need to go. Venus is still coming off that trine over to Jupiter. So, it's in our benefit, it's in our best interest to let things dissolve and amplify the wisdom from what things can give us and look at the positive. So, coming into tonight and coming into tomorrow, let's start to really look at how we can expand the things that we can create in life, expand our relationships, instead of just holding on for dear life for the things that, are we really passionate, or is it some kind of, something playing in the background that's kind of telling us we have to do it? This is definitely, I think, a day to look at things as real as you can with yourself and be like, do I really want to give myself to this or this person or this thing? And if you don't, realize there's a whole big expansive journey and story out there, but we have to also shift our beliefs with Venus coming into Sagittarius about what we believe we can create, the kind of relationships we believe we can have, and definitely look at it from a more optimistic point of view than maybe this dark scorpionic view. So today can be a little maybe dark and edgy when it comes to our Venus qualities, relationship to self, relationship to others, but we are going to move through it and get things expansive again. The moon in Leo, bringing that fire into the chart, and Venus is about to come into fire, of course, as well, but the moon's going to square over to the nodes. It's going to square Uranus. So it's definitely trying to find the electricity and what makes us happy in life. I think that that's an overarching thing here, is really putting ourselves in a position that we're bringing happiness into our life, that we're lighting up our reality with our creative spirit here. But sometimes we have to shine light into these darker places. And by the end of tonight, the moon will make that square over to the sun for the third quarter square. And the sun's coming off its trine over to Neptune as well. So it might seem like everything's fine, but there's an undercurrent here that's definitely testing us on where we're putting our creative energy and our passion and our commitment. And if we're getting full love energy here, or are we faking it? This isn't faking it's not going to work. Even as much as we want to put the rose-colored glasses on, we have to definitely be objective and also subjective from our own point of view here about what our happiness and what love is like in our life. And is it passionate? And do we want to go in? Do we want to burrow in deeper to something in life right now, or do we not want to burrow in deeper? So there's a big focus on that. The moon's also going to oppose Saturn. So it's definitely going to feel like the things that aren't working and going into the future, yeah, they're not. You're going to see what makes you happy and what doesn't, what people make you happy, what parts of society make you happy, does the government make you happy? All these things are starting to, whatever that question is, but look, these Saturn qualities in life, it's definitely a step up and find the sweet spot of a win-win for everybody, but making sure that you're not leaving yourself out. There's so much fixed energy in the chart here. You don't want to be building something for something outside of yourself that you don't even love. Definitely put your effort into the things and the people and the commitments in life that you're fully into. Today's a big test for that. It doesn't have to be a bad test, but it's definitely a test. And Mars here comes back to 23 degrees, really tight in that square to Neptune. Definitely, still that energy of feeling confused, here in Gemini, not knowing exactly what the truth of the matter is, not seeing things clearly, having a hard time being analytical. We're done with Venus, or I'm sorry, not Venus, but Mercury, and that sextile over to Pluto. So we did get the bottom line here, but it's about using the bottom line and really seeing as clearly as we can within our soul and acting instinctively enough to change things and pivot for hopefully something that is about the happiness and the passion and the excitement of the expanse that we can start to see is possible to build, but you have to like get back to your own perspective and be like, yeah, this is my perspective of what I can build, and this feels really good. And it's not about a conditioning factor. Today's definitely like a deep dive into breaking out of that. But we're also seeing Mercury at 27 degrees starting to make its trine over to Jupiter in Pisces as well. So, I mean, again, this is one of those times where I think the picture's getting amplified, our understanding is getting deeper. Maybe it's about not having such a linear aspect to it, because with Mars here retrograde in Gemini, square Neptune, like what is linear time, right? Like what is this like linear action of like, this is the right impulsive decision? Like, I don't think we know, but there's some intuitive calling here that Jupiter's amplifying within our mind, Mercury, and even having Mercury in Scorpio, there's just deeper things that have been uncovered that are actually coming to our understanding. Let's build and create those things that we want to see, rise up with us, and let the things that are not, let the ash burn out, let that go. It's definitely going to test us, because I think we've seen very clearly what can be let go of and what doesn't, even bring any sort of balance into our life or physical goodness. Let it go. Get into what makes your heart happy. Focus on that. It's a lot of that in the astrology these days, and I feel like I keep hammering that home, but it is new perspectives and really trusting your intuition and not being afraid to act that will give you the big expanse that we're hoping for. And, that's what Sag season is going to be about, is really looking and broadening your perspective and using your intuition and being optimistic. I know it can be easy to get stuck in a negative rut right now, but the more optimistic you can be, the more you will start to see things grow. Got to shift that perspective. It would be very helpful. So let's see what the cards are for today. All right, got the Page of Coins in reverse. Maybe having to be more, curious and look at different angles here when it comes to our values and the things we want to create, maybe money aspects or just the physical nature of our reality. Like maybe it feels a little upside down and we just have to stay curious without this all-knowing, about the things outside of us. Like we just kind of got to be present. Like this is, I feel like, be present today with what your depth of creation is, and don't let the changes in the world get you, too frazzled. The Lover's reverse. We just cannot stop pulling the Lover's card. This time it's reversed though. I feel like we can definitely be, gosh, it's so back and forth. I feel like we keep getting this card. It's reversed. It's not reversed. Why do we get the Lover's reversed? The Magician reversed. If the unions in life right now with people or even with yourself isn't igniting your magic and letting you really show that you can turn lead into gold in situations right now, if there's some kind of energy that's taking that creative spirit from you or holding you back or suppressing you or manipulating you, definitely you got to alchemize that and transmute it and get that out of there. Like this is people on the same frequency time. They're going to be great no matter what's going on in the world. You're going to be able to come together. If it's not that, pay attention at least to what's going on and why somebody is trying to take your magic right now. Is there even a reason, or is it just a projection? And the Empress reverse. Oh boy. We're really having to look at our what we're nurturing in life very deeply, because I feel like we can be nurturing some toxic energy and thinking it's okay. And we want to be very present and pay close attention to these things so that we're really growing the garden that we want to have here and seeing it flourish when we could be trying to grow something that's not growing or not flourishing, and we're just putting all of our energy and effort into it and we're not getting any of the beauty in return. Why do we get the Empress reversed? Justice. I guess it all comes back to bringing that balance into your life and justifying your life for yourself. And that's actually where the win-win's at, because it's going to separate energy in life so that some energy can go its own way and you can go your own way. And ultimately, that's going to connect all parties to where this next phase of life is going. So hopefully that's helpful today. I appreciate you all very much, and I'll see you all tomorrow. Much love. Peace.